Mark Jones, who's all Mark. Where are you? Mark, where are you right now? You all over the place these days.
Man, I'm in beautiful downtown Sacramento, looking out my
Hey,
window at a beautiful, irradiant day, man. Some dude just rode by on his bike playing some Mystical. Here I go. So I had to get
Oh,
up and jump
oh,
up a little
oh,
bit and
let's
oh,
go.
lift my
It's
fingers
time to
to me a
turn
little
up.
bit. Yeah.
okay, okay.
It's time to turn up. I think the last time I
I'm in
heard,
Sacramento, man.
I think the last time I heard Mark, I think that you were on this game. You were at the NC State Clemson game, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
that
yeah. That's last a
2 weeks
couple weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah.
And yeah, great finish in that football game. And then last week at game in Stillwater with Baylor and Oklahoma State.
He's
But
everywhere, man. We
yeah, I
glad
was
to
at
have you back here,
the game
man.
last night, man. So yeah, saw the Kings game last night. My wife and I went to the game and was courtside there watching the guys. And first thing I noticed when we came out for the tip, I turned to my wife and said, "Well, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but Buddy's coming off the bench."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so I heard you guys just a minute ago talking about that. I think it's a great move. I think it benefits him and the team, and the team and him, whichever way you want to list it, because Buddy can get all the shots he wants as part of the second unit.
Absolutely.
And, if Luke chooses to balance whatever perceived, and I say perceived, defensive issues with Buddy, with Davion Mitchell on that second unit or anybody else, then, they're good. I like the look moving forward. Great energy last night. I thought the team's energy was just fantastic, man. Like, just guys getting up and down the floor, and ball movement was good. I can't remember what the final assist numbers were, but they moved it around well. They were looking for each other, and it was a good look last night.
Yeah,
22
absolutely.
assists for the Kings last night.
Yeah, I like what I saw from that team, man. I like like you mentioned, Mark. I like the energy. I like the effort that was given on the defensive end, and more than anything, we kind of talk about Buddy Hield and everything. We kind of started this discussion 30 minutes ago when I brought it up. Is I love the bench when you talk about Davion, when you talk about Buddy, Terrence Davis, Mo Harkless, Tristan Thompson, Alex Lynn. The level of energy, the toughness, the scrappiness that group brings, while still being able to put the ball in the bucket, I think that's gonna help win the Kings a lot of games this year. I really like that bench.
Yeah. No, D'Lo, Casey, I'm with you guys, man. The depth of this team is really going to be something that helps along the way. And when we run through the vicissitudes of a NBA season, 82 games, man, some things are going to happen. Things are going to go sideways once in a while with injuries and guys being available. And, when you got a Mo Harkless or Terrence Davis coming off the bench or Tristan Thompson, it felt to me like he was getting every loose ball and every offensive rebound last night, despite whatever the stats ended up looking like. This is a team that, last year we were last in defensive efficiency. I think this year will be much more respectable. I can see where we're the middle of the pack, right around 15, anywhere between 17 and maybe 12 in defensive efficiency, which is good enough when you look at this team never has issues scoring the basketball, right? Sacramento is going to score points.
Yeah.
The key has always been stopping people at the other end. And, I love that they can put lineups out there with good length, got great rim protection with guys there with Holmes and with, Thompson and Len. Bouncy guys too. Damian Jones is another look that they can use in the middle. And, Tyrese Halliburton is a year better,
Wow. Mark, we're big into vibes here on D'Lo and KC, and
right.
the vibe around this squad is different, man. I mean, does it feel different even from last year? Because from a fan perspective, this feels like something we haven't experienced in a minute. Is it you're around these guys obviously a lot more than we are. You're around these guys away from the team as well. Like, does the vibe feel different to you?
Yeah, I had a chance this summer to spend some time with De'Aaron Fox for a day in the gym, and watched him work out and spoke with him a lot. And, the same with Marvin Bagley. They were both down in Miami, where I still keep a home, my wife and I, and spent time with both of them. And they're as determined as any player that I've spoken to all summer in terms of getting their team to the playoffs and, locking in on, just being better, just getting better. And, I think De'Aaron's leadership is going to be much better than it was last year. Not saying that it was lacking last year. I just think that he's going to be a more vocal leader. He's going to continue to lead by example coming off that career year that he had. I think Marvin Bagley is going to have a very successful season. I can't tell you numerically what it's going to look like, but, if him healthy, him working with Doug Christie now a lot, efficiency of movement, 3-point shooting, rebounding. I thought Marvin did a great job on the boards. So the energy of this team is great. I spoke with a Western Conference scout recently about Sacramento after last night's game, and his take was they've reinforced what they needed defensively. They've gotten better defensively, never had a problem scoring, and the bottom line is that with the energy of this team that you saw, they basically banked on the experience and the equity that they have in the team moving forward. So they're just counting on guys being better internally and getting better internally. And I think we saw last night, Mo Harkless, Terrence Davis, they never had a full training camp last year. Those are two guys who are going to add to the depth. And, you add that to Halliburton. And, hey, listen, say what you want about Buddy Hield. The guy's an elite shooter, fellas. Only Steph Curry made more 3-pointers last year, right?
This is true.
There's a
We've been going back and forth about this for the better part of the last 35 minutes.
And how it benefits the team. Yeah, man.
We know he can shoot. We like Buddy can shoot. There's no question about it. We just look at his numbers, and the more threes that he takes, Mark, the lower the percentage goes. And he's just and I guess maybe on a bench role, maybe it's good to have that green light because there is the capability of Buddy hitting 8 of 14 instead of 3 of 14. That capability is there, but I feel like if you reel him in a little bit more, maybe get him to penetrate, take advantage of that short shot he has. I mean, he could wind up being a more efficient scorer in the league, a more well-rounded scorer.
Yeah. I know over the summer, Buddy got in the gym with Stan Remy down there in Miami, and did some good work with him too, and diversifying his game. That was kind of the focus of what they were trying to do, and working off the dribble, being a little bit more of a creator. We saw at times last year, guys, where Buddy was a pretty good facilitator, and he had some high assist games and just making the right play. I think with the pieces around him this year, I think it's possible we see him morph into a better version of Buddy Hield based on the guys that he's out there with. And I think we'll see an uptick in his efficiency this year. I really do.
Mark, we know you got to rock, man. You're a busy dude. We appreciate you so much. We're excited. Kings basketball is here, and we'll get to talk to you a lot more, man. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you, Mark. Real quick, Mark, where are you at this weekend?
Guys, we're going to be broadcasting this weekend. I'm down in lovely, luxurious Lubbock, Texas.
Oh
boy.
TCU, man.
Boy, leave that Louis bag at home for that one, Mark. Leave that Louis bag at home for that one.
Hey, man. Hey, Louis not making that road trip, man. I got an old pair of Timbs in the closet. I'm bringing those.
There you go. Yeah. We appreciate you as always, my man. Thank you.
Take care, Mark.
Hey, you guys do a fantastic job. You really do. Love listening to you guys. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, man. Thank you.